Hello everybody, Fumi here, back at it once again with another video. We have to talk about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The Direct was earlier this morning at the time of recording, and I basically loved every single minute of it. The first thing I want to talk about are actually the levels. My goodness gracious, the variety here is kind of insane. Take Fluff Puff Peaks, for instance. At first glance, you might think that, hey, that's the ice world, you know, that's going to be the snowy levels, but when you see the gameplay of it, we go up into the clouds and it looks like cotton candy everywhere. Same with Pipe Rock Plateau as well. It's not just the grassy first level. It does look like it's gonna start changing up a little bit where there's more canyons and mountains everywhere. And I really, really dig that stuff. We see a ton of variety in a lot of these levels. Look at Petal Isles here. First we're swimming in the water, and at first glance, yeah, Petal Isles, this is gonna be the beachy island world. But then we start seeing these caves. Apparently Petal Isles is the heart of the Flower Kingdom as well. I'm really curious what that's about. But again, the variety in levels, they kind of do quick cuts of a lot of really, really cool looking levels, like the desert, like these weird volcanic areas. I'm assuming there's gonna be like some kind of Bowser Kingdom as well. God, the desert looks so good. I'm looking at it again. The desert looks absolutely amazing to me. The weird gooey mushroom world as well looks super, super fun. There's like acid everywhere. There's a lot of variety here, and there's a lot of promise. And speaking of variety, we have over 12 playable characters. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, Toadette, Yoshi, Red Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi. Really, I love how they had to say Light Blue Yoshi and not just Blue Yoshi. And Nabbit. Nabbit's here for some reason. Nabbit and Yoshi are actually the easy mode in this game. You don't take damage, I believe. That's cool. You know, when you want to let the kids play, that's definitely cool. I gotta say, Yoshi, he's looking better than ever, honestly, in this game. I think we've never seen Yoshi this expressive. We've never seen him move like that or make that face. Look at this. Again, continuing on variety. This is a variety-filled game. The amount of new enemies in Super Mario Bros. Wonder is kind of astounding. It's kind of insane. This is a new Mario game, and they are treating it as such for sure. We have a load of new enemies. We have melon piranha plants, which look really, really cool. We have con darts that like dart at you, and then they also create platforms when they hit the wall. We have these little hoppy dudes that like copy your jumps. And then we have the Mau-Maus, man. Look at these things. They are insane. I was actually just watching a preview by Eurogamer, a great preview, by the way. I'll put the link to that in the description below because there's a ton of new footage there and a lot of really cool interviews as well. But in this instance of gameplay, we got one of the Wonder Seeds and they turned into Goombas. Mario and Luigi were both Goombas, and there were Mau-Maus everywhere, but you had to hide in these bushes to avoid them because you can't jump on their head because the Goombas are, well, they're pitiful. There's some emergent gameplay here, man. There really is. You have to hide in these bushes to avoid these giant gaping mouth monsters that only want to eat you. And that's really, really cool, man. I'm really curious. I mean, look at this guy. He's smashing the ground, and what is all this goo? There's goo everywhere. There's goo in this game. Oh my goodness. Next, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. How many people are gonna make that joke when talking about this game? We gotta talk about the power-ups. Elephant Mario, I've sang my praises. I absolutely love him. He can store water and shoot water at enemies too. That rules. That's really cool. It looks like when he sprays the water, like you can actually fill things up. I'm curious if that becomes some kind of a puzzle later where you have to like fill pools of water to open some door or something. I'm curious if it goes that far or if it's just like, hey, you know, spray water on the Goombas. I'm curious where that's going. Elephant Peach. This is just too adorable. It really is. Elephant Daisy. This is the cute stuff, man. This is Nintendo in its prime. They always find with almost every game, especially like their more child-friendly games. There's always like one cute thing that kind of just really entices the player, you know. There's always that. There's Ochi, you know. There's an Ochi in all Nintendo games. There's a Poochie as well. But yeah, the power-ups look awesome. Elephant Peach looks awesome. Bubble Mario, the bubble flower, I guess. I'm not 100% sure what they're calling it. This one I'm not as excited as when they first said "and Bubble Mario," my ears perked up. I got super excited, but then when I saw the ability, I kind of wish that the enemies floated up and they wouldn't just turn into coins in the bubble. Like, I wish I had to jump on the bubble to make that happen. It feels like some kind of Kirby ability a little bit, and it doesn't feel as fully realized as I wanted. But there's some crazy boundary-breaking stuff that you can do with this bubble form, though. You can shoot out bubbles, and then you have an extra platform to jump on. And you can already see it. In this direct, there are crazy secrets everywhere. They're everywhere. And I think that that's sort of what the Bubble Mario form is for. I don't think it's, like, to defeat enemies. It's definitely to create platforms so you can break the game or speedrun levels. Next, we're going to talk about Drill Mario. Kind of self-explanatory, but digging underground and finding, like, secret passages and things like that, or just completely negating a bunch of enemies that are right in front of you, including the Mau Maus, I'm assuming, that rules. You can even drill up into the ceiling and, like, traverse the level that way. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of cave, maze-like levels where we're getting lost and we're having to traverse the level that way over big pits of fire and things like that. Like, this is definitely a traversal ability. In fact, I would say that pretty much all of the new power-ups here have to do with traversal. The bubbles, the drill, even Elephant Mario, he can traverse through small gaps that your character would normally just fall right through. And also, he can just swing that trunk around and destroy any enemy in his path, because, yeah, he's an elephant. Really, really glad we have the item balloon back. We're able to store items, which is really, really cool. I'm curious, like, we could just play the whole game as an elephant, I guess. I have to imagine there's going to be levels where you have to have certain power-ups, right? I mean, like I was saying before with the Mau Maus and turning into Goombas, I'm pretty sure that's the only way to beat that level, or the only way to get that specific Wonder Seed. We also see that there's a difficulty rating in each of these levels, and you can do these levels in any order you please. That's kind of unheard of in a 2D Mario game. I love how they're giving the player that freedom right off the bat. I'm really curious, though, how challenging is this game gonna get? Are there going to be those insanely, like, impossible levels? I do feel like Mario has kind of garnered a different kind of reputation after Mario Maker, where that game, it was all about the challenge, and I'm curious if they try to emulate that themselves and make really, really hard levels. I want to see them throw it all at us. I want to see a level where I have to really think about how I use my bubbles, or how I use my drill, or how do I get away from these Mau Mau. I want to see them throw it all at us, and I want that challenge. Obviously, those levels can be later in the game, they can be bonus levels and things like that, but I do want to see Nintendo put the challenge on us. And hopefully, to alleviate some of that challenge, we have badges, permanent passive abilities, and some of these are just ridiculous, man. Being able to do a charge jump, or a wall jump, or being able to do dolphin kicks to swim faster, or be completely invisible. What is this? This is insane. There's some goofy stuff here as well. I'm sure there's going to be people that play the whole game like this. You know there's going to be a full invisibility run, probably the day of release, to be honest with you. And excuse my language here, but there's a fucking hook shot, man. There's a hook shot. You're able to zip and zoom through these levels with this hook shot. This doesn't even look like a Mario game anymore. I'm looking at a Metroidvania now. There's lots of different ways to unlock these badges, including badge challenges. These are like platforming challenges that use these powers that you have to get through the level with that specific power. I'm a little bit worried about badges, though. I do have one concern. When you have so many insane abilities like a hook shot or invisibility, there's just no way that the level design is going to accommodate all of that kind of stuff. Something like a hook shot isn't going to exactly be accommodated for in every single level. That would just be too much of an ask, and honestly impossible to like have all of those variables at play, which is kind of disappointing, because something like a hook shot, that could be a whole Mario game with just that power up alone, and it's kind of disappointing that we might not see levels that fully utilize that kind of stuff. Next, we have to talk about the online in this game. Live player shadows, being able to see people around the world playing through a level as you're playing it. Dark Souls much? I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be honest with you. It's kind of distracting. I like seeing them all run around the world map. That's really fun, but like in the actual level, I don't think this is something that I'm necessarily gonna enable, but the fact that it is there, is really, really cool. And obviously there's local co-op as well. You can ride on each other's Yoshis. Yoshi can ride on Yoshi. That is a thing. Don't do that to Yoshi. Don't do that. He's hurt. Okay, you're too heavy. It's really fun to see Nintendo focus so much on multiplayer, focus so much on online. You know, they're looking at their competitors scrambling to have good online games, to have games as a service type of deal. Obviously, this is not on that level at all, but this definitely adds more value to Nintendo Switch Online, and hopefully Nintendo Switch 2 Online. You know, games like this that have these kinds of modes, this is a good thing. It might not be something that I'm super interested in, but to see them developing online in new and creative ways, that's good stuff, Nintendo. Good job there. In conclusion, yeah, this game looks absolutely wonderful. Pun intended. This looks like an incredible video game. Hats off to Nintendo for this Direct as well. This was a great presentation that showed a lot of really cool stuff in this game. But I also feel like there's a lot of stuff I don't know about, that we don't know about this game. I feel like there are hiding levels and hiding badge abilities and maybe even power-ups. Maybe there's even another playable character. I might be a little more doubtful on that one, but the game looks absolutely amazing, and I used to begrudgingly look at 2D Mario games. The new Super Mario Bros. Series just wasn't all that exciting, to be honest, until after like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I basically signed off the franchise. I'm good. I never wanted to play those games. Yes, even Luigi Bros. I didn't want to play it. I wasn't super interested. But this is just such a tonal shift for Nintendo, in my opinion. This is a very interesting product. It's weird. Nintendo's making weird shit again, and it feels good. Yes, Mario has a new voice. I think he sounds good. I like it. Also, if you listen in on the Direct or even that Eurogamer preview, there's some really good sounding music in this game too. I think the soundtrack is going to be quite special as well. Comment down below, give me your thoughts on Super Mario Bros. Wonder. What do you think of this game? Let's talk about it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for getting through this video. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. I truly appreciate it. Links in the description to my Twitch, to my Twitter, all that stuff if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, party on.